I was sort of, I had a look at somebody's internet machine today, because I understand there was a hoax thing that was put on there about 12 years ago now, but because these things exist forever, people have grown up and forgotten that they knew it was a hoax or whatever.
I mean, he was on the show.
He was on the show, yeah. So there's this transcript where apparently I tore into, I mean, none of that happened on the night. But there are now people on the internet who claim to have seen it. Yeah. Somebody says, "I know, I definitely saw that." Why has Paul Merton denied it on Radio 2? I've been brainwashed. I mean, if I have, then how do I know? But no, it actually didn't happen. It was a hoax. But
have we got any footage of that?
We have some footage of Jimmy Savile.
You live in a caravan for many, many years?
12 years I lived in the motor caravan, yes.
What do you do in the caravan?
Anybody I can lay my hands on.
Unbelievable.
He was very good at hiding in plain sight with that kind of comment, wasn't he? That was apparently his biography is full of basically him admitting that he did all of this. And so he created a smoke screen comprised of the truth.
Yeah. Well, it's a brilliant disguise. You dress up as a paedophile. I mean, I'm glad the BBC's asked this question. I mean, presumably this will be cut and shown on ITV in 3 weeks' time.
But he was very. But the thing that I find annoying is the press's, you know, oh, what a shock that this revelation is. And
yeah, there is a hysterical, why didn't the BBC reveal it? Well, the press didn't reveal it either. The thing is, it's what the word "no" means. If you say I knew about it, you mean you'd heard the rumours. Everyone had heard the rumours. If you actually knew about it, you should have done something about it. The only people who know about it are people to whom it's happened, and they tend to be disadvantaged, 12, and not in the mood to go through a court trial. I mean, that is why nothing came out.
But it's quite disgusting as well the way the press are using it, not just as a stick to beat the BBC with, but any state institution. I saw an editorial the other day that blamed the NHS for him wandering around hospitals and state schools. You know, it's anything. It's so weird. It's incredible the way they'll take a subject as serious as this and try and twist it into a political attack. You know,
I never got it. People were saying he died, and there were these programmes saying he was a much-loved national treasure. Was he? Everyone loved Jimmy Savile, did they? I remember when he came on, I was thinking, ugh. I mean, I didn't shout, you know, you're a pedo, because I didn't know. You do need evidence. I mean, when that fake transcript came up, the only reason I knew about it, because I was outside a cinema in Maidstone, and a group of skinheads came up to me and said, well done getting the pedo. And I hadn't. I had no idea what they were talking about. And the truth is, no one actually knew, and if they did, they should be prosecuted.
But what's
anyway,
odd about
that's
this?
comic gold.
The resources a paper like The Sun or The Mirror will put on to digging out something about someone who's famous. How could he just get away with this for 40 years?
didn't he always sort of spend a day at Chequers at Christmas time with Margaret Thatcher?
Yeah.
That may be the answer to your question.
I'm sure that the idea that you know people right at the top, I mean, it's the equivalent of Cameron knowing Murdoch. I mean, they're not equivalent, obviously.
In the Daily Mail today, they tried to turn it into an argument about the Levison inquiry, and there was an editorial that ended by saying, yes, phone hacking was bad, but it was used mainly for celebrity tittle-tattle. Well, why wasn't it used for this? You know? The thing I think is a bit sad is all these people who have, at home, who have Do Not Fix It badges, you know, and they've had that little memory of their childhood just completely wiped. I think we should get all those badges. We can organise this is something Twitter would be good for. You get all those badges and melt them down and turn them into a giant steak and drive it through his grave. You know?
The press, of course, are horrified. They've seized on the opportunity to stick the boot into the BBC. Although being journalists, they would never have been interested in rumours about major celebrities or indeed young girls in bikinis. The Daily Mail Online, the world's most popular newspaper website, recently published this picture.
Is that a paparazzi snap? You think that's done with consent?
I mean, it looks like it was taken on an iPhone.
As it explains, she's 14, posing in her bathing suit. As she dangled her legs into the pool, she leaned back on her arms while displaying her equally trim figure. She's 14.
That's awful.
I mean, they do it all the time, Mail Online.
Oh, the sidebar of shame.
Yeah.
There isn't a single story there on the right-hand side that isn't about a woman that isn't commenting on what she looks like. You're either too fat, too thin, too many children, not enough children. There is no, and then they say, oh, the women can't have it all. No, because you constantly bloody tell us we can't have it all. Some of us are perfectly happy and having a wonderful life, thanks.
But here's another thing. Someone pointed out to me an experiment you can do with Mail Online, which is if you put in quotes the phrase "all grown up," if you put that in quotes in the search bar, then all you'll get is stories about young girls hitting their 16th birthday, accompanied usually by a photograph. It's like a dog whistle for you are now allowed to lech over this girl.
The one ray of sunshine in this entire story is that no one will ever need or want to do Jimmy Savile impressions again. Which is a relief.
There's still a costume you can get.
Oh, really?
Online.
Well, Halloween's coming up.
For sale.
This is the much-loved, saintly philanthropist and tireless charity fundraiser. I'm so sorry, that is last year's script. This is the reviled paedophile and serial sex offender Sir Jimmy Savile, OBE. According to The Sun, when Savile visited Broadmoor Hospital, he befriended Peter Sutcliffe, the Yorkshire Ripper, although Sutcliffe is now desperately trying to distance himself from those stories. And so to round 2, the picture spin quiz. Fingers on buzzers, teens.